We are indeed living in difficult and challenging times, but every challenge gives opportunity. We are not able to meet physically, but we are meeting digitally. I am sitting in Delhi, all of you are in Mumbai, and launching the biggest data centers of the world. That's what digital infrastructure is about. I can tell you at the very outset that India is a global leader, important player in IT services, back-end offices. Today, 85% of the work is happening from home. None of the major work was at all interrupted because we liberalized the entire work from home norms and the work allowed to continue. There is enough scope to properly leverage the challenge lying ahead. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has already appealed to Indian innovators to create new digital products, including apps. And let me comment to Darshan that he would also ensure that this great quest of Atmanirbhar Bharat in terms of good, innovative digital products made in India would also be taken by him and his team by way of a good challenge. Niranjan, I don't know how to compliment you. I have known you as a conventional infrastructure wala, if I can use that expression. And when I was informed by my system that you have succeeded in creating the biggest Asia Pacific data center, second biggest in the world, as an IT minister, I was very excited. If granary is important for grains and food grains, if a warehouse is important for manufactured goods, a good data center is very important for a digital economy. And you rightly acknowledge that you were egged on by your son. Digital initiative, Niranjan, is always pioneered by the younger people, and the elder adjust. That is how the digital ecosystem works. You know, our digital human resource today is ruling the world. Young people from 30 to 45 to 50. Most of the digital companies globally are today headed by Indians, or Indians are playing a crucial role. Therefore, the human resource is important. But today, Niranjan, you and your son, I wish to compliment wholeheartedly, because you have taken this lead, not on a nominal basis, but on a joint basis. Because you have held on to the benchmark of the standards which the Hiranandani Group has set for itself. Anything must be a benchmark. Therefore, to you and to Darshan, I'm very happy as an IT minister that you have thought of it. I wish you good luck. Why it is a day of milestone today? Under the vision of the Prime Minister, we launched Digital India, which Niranjan, you and Darshan both referred to. What is Digital India? Very simply put, Digital India is designed to empower ordinary Indians with the power of technology. Second most important, bridge the digital divide between digital haves and digital have-nots. And thirdly, most important, bring in digital inclusion. And this must be achieved through technology, which is homegrown, economical, and developmental. This is the architecture we built for the Digital India. 6 years down the line, where do we stand? What is the digital profile of India, ladies and gentlemen? Population 1.3 billion plus 130 crore. Mobile phone 1.21 billion plus 121 crore. Aadhaar card 1.26 billion, 126 crores. How we allow Digital India to operate for digital inclusion. We opened 370 million bank accounts of the poor, 37 crore. We link that with Aadhaar. What is Aadhaar? A digital identity to confirm the physical identity, and linked with the mobile phone. And started sending all their welfare measures from ration to kirasan to scholarship directly to their bank account, which we call DBT, direct benefit transfer. In the last close to 5.5 years, we have sent 11 lakh crore to the bank account of the poor. And how much we have saved? 1,70,000 crores, which used to be pocketed by middlemen and fictitious claimants. Digital India brings it good governance. In this COVID, when the Prime Minister announced 1,70,000 crore of welfare measure for them, and many state governments, including in Maharashtra, announced similar measures in their own way, we sent 65,000 crore directly to the bank account of the poor. This is digital inclusion. Coming to the data part, I would like Dharam and his team in particular to note it, how we are generating billions and billions of data. Aadhaar I talked about. In Aadhaar, we do authentication 3 crore every 3 minutes, namely confirming the identity. Then comes UPI. India has become the biggest digital payment sector in the world. And UPI is again developed by Indian Mind, domestically produced. Third is the GSTN, which operates the entire general sales tax. Again, GSTN is a digital network developed by Indian Mind and hosted in India. And fourthly is your health product, which we have launched. You know it very well. And ultimately, crores of Indians are also Ayushman. So from Aadhaar to GSTN to UPI to Ayushman, all riding digitally speaking. I'm sure many state governments are also taking these initiatives, including Maharashtra. Where are all this leading to? India is generating millions and millions of data. How do we use this? How do we store this? How do we value add to it? And how do we ensure that India's potential as a global digital player in terms of data is properly recognized? In that larger ecosystem, Niranjan and Darshan, your initiative today plays a crucial role. This particular data center is a powerful statement of intent that India is riding high in the quest of data security, data use, data innovation, and data opportunity. Very briefly indicating, let me tell you, India's internet use is close to 20% of the world, but India's data use is only 2%. India ranks 9th in that field. India had to make that a statement of intent that digital India and data innovation, and data storage, data capacity, all will go hand in hand. We have come with a policy in India where all the government data are properly stored and open for study, research, and anonymized way. We have, Niranjan, you talked about, and Dharam, Darshan, both you talked about data privacy. You rightly put. We have already introduced a law being scrutinized by our parliamentary select committee, data protection law, after widest consultation. What is that? Very briefly indicating to my Mumbai friends, it has 4 components. Number 1, no data of any Indian shall be taken without consent. Number 2, that data will be used only to the limit of consent. And thirdly, that there will be a provision also of withdrawal, and there will be a proper fiduciary who will be entitled to protect the data, keep the data, and like the data, which you can become. There are 3 categories of data which we have provided. One is extremely personal sensitive data will be stored in India. then there will be a sensitive data, and then the general data. What I foresee, Darshan, I would like you to think about it. I want India to become a big center of data refinery, data cleaning, data processing, data innovation, data research. And if you have come with this big infrastructure, then kindly think on those lines that India should become. And I'm very, very keen that data refinery is going to be the future. And with the success of Digital India, I'm very keen India must become a big global refinery of data cleaning, of data processing. Obviously, all this will have to be in keeping in mind the data privacy, which the law is already in process. One thing I would like to very briefly comment here, and that is what? We shall never compromise on data sovereignty of India. India being an important digital power, our data sovereignty will be very, very important, and we shall ensure that we are never made to make any compromise, nor we will do that. And I'm quite sure the way we have articulated Digital India, the way we are articulating the digital quest of emerging economy like India is going to become a global benchmark. As the world is talking of global inclusion, similarly, India's quest for data sovereignty, understanding is going to, and data safety and privacy is going to become an important issue. Yes, cybersecurity is important. We have to work together. We are working a lot. But I always say, take precaution. Let me give a very simple example, Darshan, to you in particular. If you drive on a big highway, at times accident occurs. You don't stop making highways, do you? You drive with caution, tighten the seat belt, don't undertake a drinking driving. Similarly, in cybersecurity, take the basic precautions at an institutional level, at the shop floor, in the factories, in the government processes, and large number of these issues will be addressed. I think I have spoken enough. Just 3 quick points. Artificial intelligence is important. We have to take into account the larger narrative of artificial intelligence. Mobile economy is very important. Do you know, my friends of Mumbai, handling electronic portfolio, we have done exceedingly good in terms of electronic manufacturing. We had just 2 mobile factories when we came to power in 2014. India today has 260 mobile factories. India is home to some of the biggest mobile brands in India. And this production link incentive which we have announced, we want to become globally champion, making in India, exporting outside, and we want Indian companies to become globally competitive. Again, it will generate data. All the data has to be fixed. So from data economy to app economy to mobile economy, the data economy has enough potential and promises. And in all this promise, Niranjan and Darshan, one thing is the pillar, a good data center. I hope you understand the larger narrative which I'm trying to flag. So with that larger narrative, I'm very keen that we have done so well in services. Let India become a good software product nation. We have already liberalized the policy. And that is the whole scope. Because once the data economy kicks in, this new infrastructure is going to become a great accelerator of the data economy in terms of giving space, research, innovation, and a whole range of activity. And obviously, it will lead to creation of a very big employment potential also. But all this must work on trust, on probity, on fairness. And I would like India's digital ecosystem to keep that in mind. That to be successful, we must have transparency, we must have fair approach, and also we must uphold the overpowering conviction of our digital sovereignty. These are some of the issues I thought I must flag you. Therefore, let me congratulate Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani, you once again, and Darshan, you once again. I know you have got full cooperation from both the government of Maharashtra and the government of India. But if you have any problem, I am just a phone call away. We have to make India a big center of data economy. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Maharashtra. Jai Hind.